Welcome to another episode of Rogues Gallery, where we rank the best supervillains in comics based on your votes. This week, we're looking at the villains that no single superhero can withstand, the many enemies of the mighty Avengers. Just missing out on the top 10 this week are Advanced Idea Mechanics, the Taskmaster, and the Kree. Let's start the countdown. Number 10, Korvac. Imbued with godlike powers, Korvac wanted to turn Earth into a utopia, but had little understanding of how to achieve it. Alongside his lover Karina, he slaughtered the majority of the Avengers, but would later kill himself and resurrect the heroes when he began to doubt her love. Number 9, Hydra. Hydra's reach and influence stretches back thousands of years, but most commonly they are known for their allegiance and affiliation with the Nazi Party during World War II and beyond. At times led by the likes of Baron Wolfgang von Strucker and the Red Skull, Hydra are all about conquering the planet and remaking it in their own image. Number 8, Norman Osborn, the Iron Patriot. The former Green Goblin wormed his way into power and founded his own Dark Avengers with himself as its leader. Though he formed a cabal of supervillains to protect his dark reign, he flew too close to the sun when he ordered the siege of Asgard and was outed for the unstable supervillain that he truly is. Number 7, the Skrulls. After decades of defeat and humiliation, the shape-shifting Skrulls launched a massive operation to secretly invade Earth in order to complete the prophecy that it would be their new homeworld. They succeeded in replacing hundreds of humans, including many within the hero community, but their invasion was held at bay by the combined might of both the heroes and villains of New York. Number 6, Dr. Victor Von Doom. While Dr. Doom is mostly known as a Fantastic Four antagonist, his plans frequently bring him into conflict with the Avengers, most notably on occasions where he achieves some sort of supreme power and the combined forces of the Marvel Universe have to work tougher to stop him. Number 5, Loki. When Loki tried to manipulate the Hulk into fighting his brother Thor, it led to a team-up that also involved Iron Man, Ant-Man, and the Wasp, and the team worked so well together they decided to make it official and dubbed themselves the Avengers. Number 4, Thanos. The Mad Titan's quest for power often leads to him clashing with Earth's mightiest heroes, especially when he gets his hands on the Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos has come to understand the threat the Avengers pose to him, and so often seeks to strike either covertly or when the team is off-world and unavailable to challenge him. Number 3, the Masters of Evil. Like the Avengers themselves, the Masters of Evil have gone through many lineup changes over the years. Their first and perhaps most iconic roster was led by Baron Heinrich Zemo, and featured the Melter, the Black Knight, and Radioactive Man as members, with the Enchantress and the Executioner joining them shortly afterwards. In their most successful incarnation, the team stormed the Avengers mansion and beat Hercules within an inch of his life. On another occasion, Zemo put together a new roster and had them pose as the heroic Thunderbolts, but soon many of the team members discovered they preferred heroism to villainy and made the switch to the side of angels. As of recently, the Masters of Evil as a name has grown to encompass any villain that lives in the nation of Bagalia, but the operation was forced out of the country thanks in part to the teenage heroes who survived Arcade's murder world. Number 2, Kang the Conqueror. Kang is certainly a complicated one, and before he took that name, he was already known as a time-traveling menace under the identities Rama Tut and the Scarlet Centaurian. After reinventing himself and abandoning his own time, he appeared in the 20th century where he fought the Avengers and was sent back with his tail between his legs. He has reappeared on multiple occasions, often out of sequence, as is the life of a time traveler. Often his plans revolve around Princess Ravonna, and his battles with the Avengers only stand as an obstacle in the way of true love. Aside from the previously mentioned identities, other versions of Kang from different times in his life have gone by Iron Lad and Immortus, but each iteration has their own goals and desires, and they usually conflict so wildly that the only people who stand in Kang's way more than the Avengers are the other versions of himself. Number 1, Ultron. Ultron was created by the founding Avenger Henry Pym in his quest to create artificial life. However, Ultron evolved rapidly and brainwashed Pym so he couldn't remember his own creation before leaving to form his own Masters of Evil. Ultron seeks to extinguish human life, and often creates wives and sons in his image, such as Jocasta, Victor Macha, and most notably, the Vision. Almost all of Ultron's creations eventually rebel against him, choosing the free will of humanity over regimented robotic structure. After returning to Earth following a stint in space leading the Phalanx, Ultron managed to take over the world, ushering in the Age of Ultron. Many heroes were killed in the process, and it took a time-traveling Wolverine and Susan Storm to fix the problem after one failed attempt. Ultron returned yet again after a long battle with the Avengers, merged with Hank Pym, effectively killing the Avenger and gaining a half-mortal, half-robot body. Overwhelmed, it fled into space but returned posing as Pym in an effort to ingratiate itself with the uncanny Avengers. That's our list this week. Make sure to check out the current poll on ComicsAlliance.com to have your say in upcoming videos.